Say Not is on the air. Good morning, everybody. Len Mooney here. It is November 12th, 2015, and this is Lunch with Len, and I have Chris over here today, too. And what we're going to do is we're going to review some things that went on last night on the MLSP Wednesday webinar in terms of content creation. As usual, I was able to capture a lot of what Ray had. And let me give you a quick overview. And Chris, I'm just going to take a few minutes here, and I'm going to go very quickly through this. And we'll get to the part where you're going to have some new ideas. Anyhow, let me just get going here. So the first thing that happened. Oh, well, I have to share my screen. Len, don't forget to share your screen. Share your screen. There we go. Sharing the screen. The first thing that happened for those of you who may not have been there is that they put up an offer so that people that had dropped out of MLSP could come back in and get a 30-day free trial and et cetera. And I think thought it was a pretty great way to attract some people back in. But the idea is if your account was parked, they gave you an option of coming back in, trying out sites for 30 days and et cetera. So it was great. I'm going to move right on to Ray Higdon's stuff, and I'm going to move through it fairly quickly. Let's get the slideshow going here. Okay, so Ray entitled 10 Simple Ways to Create Content. There's a couple of things that are interesting. Ray's had a lot of questions about his 3-minute expert course that's being the new version for attraction marketing. And what he told us last night is that the 3-minute expert course that's being offered right now is exactly the same as the one that was offered a couple or 3 months ago. There's no real difference in the course. The only thing that's different is the extras are different, and the bonuses are different. And some of the bonuses are pretty good. So to be honest with you, I was very tempted to buy the course a second time just to get the bonuses myself. And some people have done that. But and part of the bonus is a blogging group, Facebook group with MLSP, and the next 30 days at a blogging challenge, etc. So it's not an updated version of the 3-minute expert course. It is the same course, and we have that course, and I've taught from it here on Lunch with Len, and we can go back and revisit some of that if people want to. Ray went on and talked about the last couple of years of his life and the last few years, and I think we pretty much know most of the stuff. I think it was 2009 he was in foreclosure, and then he had his first $1 million year, and then he had a $2 million year, and they're on target this year for a $4 million year. And he ascribes a lot of that to that if he hadn't started blogging, most of it wouldn't have happened. So we'll take, and I tend to believe it. I think Ray, as we know, is a very serious blogger, puts out a blog every day and has put one on. The rumor is he's put one up every day for the last 5 years. So let's get to the content creation. The first thing, of course, is he reemphasized invest, learn, teach, profit. And I know I'm going fast, but I think most people were on the webinar last night, and these slides are available if people want them. And he made the comment that a lot of people are doing the invest learn part, but many people are not doing the teach profit part. So typically most people that are serious invest in courses, coaching, events. And he made the point once again that he's yet to see anyone who hit the high 6 or 7 figures without investing in coaching. But a lot of people don't do the teaching part. So he talked about the 2 types of notes that he creates. What will he implement? What will he teach? And we've discussed this in the past. So he doesn't take notes on everything. He segues his notes into these 2 categories. And reemphasized once again something we've heard before, that the notes you take and don't teach are uncashed checks. So encouraging people to go ahead and teach. Then he went on into the sources of content: existing books, coaching calls, events, webinars, podcasts, articles, library, bookstore, past notes, MLSP system campaigns, and product campaigns. And he gave some examples of some of these different sources. And this is where I'm going to turn over to Chris here in just a couple of moments. But he went through some places like in the grocery store lines, for example. And let me get a couple examples of that. If you go to the grocery store lines and just just look at the magazines that are up front in the grocery store lines. There was 2 points that he made here. One point is that if the magazine is up front, it's because it's one of the best-selling magazines. Let me go back. And the second point is these magazines all hire good copywriters. So the copy that's written on the front page is generally been paid for with high dollars and is good copy. So copying some of the stuff, just the headlines from the front pages of these kinds of magazines, can give you a lot of examples of ideas for content. He also went on to discuss forums, and there's forums for everything. You can Google, you can just go right on to Google and Google MLM forums, etc. And went on to talk about product campaigns, which this is one of the things that Rob Four emphasized a lot in his teaching several weeks ago, and I've been doing more of it, and I know a couple of you have. So let me go ahead and stop there and just turn this on over to Chris. I'm going to stop the share so that Chris can share some of the ideas that she has about where to come up with content. So I stopped my screen share, and so I'm back to the broadcast, Chris, and I'm going to just turn it on over to you.
All right. Well, if you were on this morning, you're going to hear a lot of the same thing. However, I discovered a couple that I left out this morning that I will add here.
Cool.
So let me share my screen. Okay. Hey, Lynn, did you know that you can now segue on your Aweber to see exactly who did not open?
Yes.
I did a video on it yesterday because I just found out about that.
Yeah, you can go see who opened, who clicked.
Okay, and here's one. Can you see this?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay. This is called Scoop It. And it's one that I did not do this morning, but it has tons of stuff in here also. And you can also scoop it up like it's sort of your own, and you can share it everywhere. So personal branding, if I wanted to scoop this, you see right there it says Scoop It.
I don't see where it says scoop it, but I would assume I can find it.
I don't know why you can't see it.
Oh, typical screen resolution stuff. I don't know where I can't see where your mouse is pointing.
Can you see the round circle?
Yep.
Okay, right above it, it says Scoop It.
Oh, okay, there it is. I see it. Yep. Like I said, it was just a matter of sort of knowing which part of the screen to look for the mouse. It's hard to see it.
So this is a good way to put it out on social media, and you can add your own insight to whatever it was, and you can share it to Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook all at once. So this would be something that would be in our niche, personal brand plan models.
Perfect. Yeah, absolutely.
But there's a lot in here. 7 secrets for finding your niche talent. I think that there might be a place where you can put your preferences in. I probably did. Anyway, that's one that I forgot this morning. It's called Scoop It. Then next would be if you are doing the doing reviews on different MLMs, this businessforhomenews.org. this is how it comes into my email, so I can see the different topics. What I showed this morning was just, and they not only have reviews in here, but they also have a lot of articles, as you can see there. And look at that, Web of Trust doesn't like this one either.
Now, are these articles that you can, these are just articles for getting ideas, or are these articles that you could pleasurize and recopy or rewrite for your own blog?
Well, I would take the information that's on it and then research a little bit and write it in your own words.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's something that you want to quote out of it, then I would refer back. And I guess that would be a backlink, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
So it never hurts to backlink, especially if it's an authority site.
Right. Absolutely.
Like Lisa Thompson did well, she's turning into a blogging machine too. But she did a post about linking to something like Wikipedia. And it isn't something that you could do all the time, but if you want to give a definition, then a definition of something that you're talking about, linking back to Wikipedia would be a very good authority site to be linking back to.
Yeah. Yep. And I've actually been doing more and more of that in my blogs, linking back to other sources.
All right, so Social Media Examiner is another really good one. In fact, that's what it looks like, but I have it in a blogging folder. I save them all. This is what it looks like when it comes to you. Facebook retargeting spends increase new research, and then you read the rest of the article. They have a whole bunch of stuff in here. Then when you read the rest of the article in here, let me turn my, if you keep going down, it'll usually link back to, and they're quite in-depth articles. And at the bottom, it'll link back to related posts. So it's an excellent place to get blog content. Let's see what else we got. Oh, Real SEO.
Yeah, I liked that one this morning. That was interesting.
Yeah, it's got a lot in it too. And since I'm really getting into like YouTube and stuff, this is absolutely a great place to find out about the hottest topics in video. Did you know, Vine has allowed videos now? And one of the kids that's a Vine star was on Dancing with the Stars.
Did you say Vine or Blind?
Vine, V-I-N-E.
V-I-N-E, yeah. And that's the way you can put like 15-second videos up on Twitter, right?
Right. Well, it's not Twitter. It's actually its own entity.
Okay.
It's just called Doing a Vine.
Okay.
Anyway, Real SEO is a good place to find out about video. And if you're writing about video, it's an excellent place to get information now.
I like the one that's at the top there, 5 ways to hack the YouTube description box.
There you go. Okay. Yeah, I didn't have these up this morning. I pulled them. This is Medium, and this is one of Gary Vaynerchuk's babies. I mean, he's a big investor in it. And you can choose your topics, and then I'm going to go over here and read it. And what I like about Medium is if you write a really, really good post, you can actually post the story yourself, and it might get published. So that's another place to look into getting your content, not only getting your content, but to put your content if you're a good writer. In fact, Gary writes in here every now and again. So I really like that. And then there's Mind Movies. I got one of those in here too.
Well, I thought Mind Movies was just so you go and make your own movie.
Well, when I get stuff in here, let me see. I might have stuck it in here. When you get articles from them, she writes a blog post too.
Okay.
Natalie does.
Natalie, okay. I didn't know that.
But you've got Mind Movies, don't you?
Yes. I have my own Mind Movie, yes.
So there must be a place in there when you go in to do it that you can sign up for the newsletters. Is that possible?
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, did I pull it up this morning?
I don't remember. I remember you talking about Mind Movies this morning.
Well, let's just pull it up. I don't think I pulled it up this morning.
You know, it's been so long since I made my Mind Movie, I'm not sure I can find my login anymore.
There, I found mine. This is an awesome thing, though, and you can take them and embed them. I think you can upload them. Yeah, you can upload them to YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
You can share them anywhere. So it's sort of like SlideShare, except on SlideShare, you have to put all your own content in. Here on Mind Movies, they have a lot of stuff within it, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
That you can just use. And I have to be transparent, which I wasn't this morning, that this is a paid service.
Right.
All right. And then there's My Friends of Mine, which is the American Genius. Dan and Lanny. And I told you this morning, they started out as strictly real estate, but they have now gone. Sometimes I will find articles on the American Genius that I don't find on Social Media Examiner or anywhere else. So it's nice to have a variety, and there are a lot of varieties out there of places to get content. These just happen to be my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Ray last night said on the forums that he just goes through and reads the headlines and then writes content from there because people are talking about it. But if you're going by what Russell Brunson said in .com Secrets, you would actually want to join the forum because that's where your customer is.
You recommended .com Secrets is a good book to read?
Oh, yeah, I do. He goes in depth
Okay.
on customers and building funnels, and he talks a lot about the personalities, the different personalities of your customers. And he gives a whole list of places to find them,
Okay.
which is where I came up with forums in the first place. So here's the top 25 MLM forums.
Yeah, notice that Ray Higdon's #1.
Is he?
Yeah. If you scroll down, I think you'll find Ray Higdon. A lot of our friends are on there.
Huh?
There's the Warrior Forum, but then a lot of our friends are on.
Well, a lot of people are on Better Network.
Mhm.
And I'm in the cheap one. I don't know. Have you researched Better Networker at all? I know Rob Forrest talked about him and a few other people.
I have not.
And like I say, I signed up. I've never done anything with it, but and I guess you could find content there, but I don't understand unless they curate, and send out your stuff. But if they're all top earners within the forum of Better Networker, I don't know exactly what good would do. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that's all I had from this morning, Lynn.
Okay. Cool.
So let me come back.
Okay. Okay, are you back? Alrighty. Well, that's cool. Let me see. Let me just take a quick look here and see if anything else I have in the. I know you can't see my screen right now. No, I don't. There's nothing else I have in there that's worth worrying about. In terms of what Ray had to say last night, I think we've basically covered it. After Ray, of course, they went on into MLSP, and they had given Jim Finale a challenge of creating a pretty blog in 12 minutes or something, and he did it in 7 minutes. I mean, he really did a nice job, but the reality is, because he was feeling pressured by this challenge to do it as quickly as possible and demonstrate how fast you can make a pretty blog, what he did could not be followed by any real human being. So I think
he also knows where everything is and what's important.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, for example, he activated 5 plugins, and he did it so fast I couldn't even write down the list of plugins he activated. And he didn't put up any slides where you could grab a snapshot of it. So it's like, okay, if you really want to know what he did, you're going to have to wait for the replay and go back and look at it.
Well, I sort of knew in my heart of hearts that it was going to be really a selling webinar and a big push.
Sure it was. But, I mean, they certainly did a nice job. And I'm going to do screen share again just for a second. There's one other thing I want to point out to everybody, and I'm going to be researching it this week and looking at it. So here's the screen share. I thought, is my screen being shared?
No, all you're seeing is me.
Okay, there you go. All right. Facebook lead ads. Facebook has a new kind of ad called a lead ad. I haven't created one yet. I don't know much about it. I just know that it exists. And the interesting thing about Facebook lead ads is, and I'm scrolling down here, is that Facebook lead ads connects, amongst other things, to Aweber, MailChimp, and many of the other email marketing. So what they have done in Facebook, I'm going to close that and come off the screen share. What they have done in Facebook is they've generated a new type of ad now that actually integrates with the email marketing services, so that you can generate an ad whose purpose is to generate a lead for you and plug it into your Aweber or MailChimp or whatever. I don't know how many different accounts they have, but there's looks like about 20 or 25 of them.
Yeah.
It says that you have to go to the Power Editor to do this.
And I've heard everybody hates that thing.
I've used it, but at any rate, I'm going to take a look at this over the next couple of days, and if I can make any sense out of it at all, maybe I'll speak about it next Tuesday. But
Okay, what was that site you were on? Connect.
okay. Yeah, you know what? I'll put it up in the group. I have a URL for it. So I'll just put it in the Lunch with Glenn group as soon as we hang up. So,
I just asked Rick, he got the list of plugins. I just asked him to put that list in the group too.
right, yeah. The 5 plugins he activated. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's all. If anybody has any questions, Rick joined us. Thank you, Rick. If anybody has any questions other than that, we're just going to call it a day and have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week. So thanks, Chris. Lots of good ideas. I wasn't aware of some of these things you shared this morning, so those are all really great ideas. Thank you.
Good. I'm glad to help.
All right, everybody. Again, I don't see any questions, so we're going to just stop the broadcast. Here I go. And you guys, everybody have a great weekend. Oh, Bob and I do have the webinar tonight for the Wealth Building Mastermind group, and it's going to be on finances. Your money and you at 5 o'clock tonight if you want to join us.
Is there a link in the group?
Yes, there is. I put a link up this morning.
Okay.
We'll talk later. Bye for now.